¿Cómo están, chicos, chicas y amigos no binarios? Bienvenidos de nuevo a Nerd Explosion, el podcast semanal donde, basado en un tema mensual, nos apasionamos por lo que queremos. Soy Cameron.
Y soy Caitlin.
And that's about all the Spanish I know. Well,
that was impressive.
And, well, to be fair, I'm reading it off a thing.
Oh, so you cheated.
But, anyway, besides my poor language skills, I mean, I got Duolingo, so I'm working on it. Besides my poor language skills, this episode, what are we doing, Caitlin? What are we doing?
You told me, and I totally forgot. I girl bossed a little too hard today. It was my first day back at work after being sick for a week.
Yeah.
So, I have no idea what we're doing, but I'm here for it.
Well, thankfully, one of us knows what the hell we're doing.
Well, good.
And today we've already talked about our favorite, songs and, music and stuff from video games. But I feel like another aspect of video game music is music about video games.
Oh, yes, okay.
But yes, we are talking about songs or music that's about video games, all kinds of parodies and stuff. Because there's been a plethora of, video game related, video game inspired songs. I think, ever since YouTube started. I mean, I say since YouTube started, YouTube is the only reason those songs exist. People have been probably making those for years, but anyway, there are a lot of songs, and there are a lot of really good songs about video games, and that's what we're gonna discuss today.
Like one of my favorites.
But before we get into that, you know what to do. New episodes every Saturday. Check the socials, do all the things, do all the stuff. But with that being said, let's talk about our favorite music inspired by video games. Alright, so before we get into all those, I do want to mention something that I've had in my mind for a while. Songs, actual lyrical songs in games. There's a lot of, when you think video game music, you think a lot of these, instrumental tracks, but there are a lot of good, songs from video games that actually have, vocals and stuff to them. And what immediately comes to mind is pretty much anything from any of the 3D Sonic games. Crush 40 in the early days, with the songs like Escape from the City, Live and Learn, even up to the most recent game, Sonic Frontiers, with most of the soundtrack done by Kellen Quinn and the rest of the band. And while Kate does something else, I guess I'm gonna vamp. So, let's talk more about the vocals and everything, blah, 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 blah. Did you really step away from the mic because you had to fix your gnomes?
Listen, I fixed those this morning, and they somehow ended up in the same exact place on the floor, and it was driving me crazy. Sorry.
We got ghosts.
Actually, I think it was Mochi.
But, I don't know. Have you played any of the Sonic games, or do you have any feelings towards any of those Sonic games? Because, the normal 2D Sonic games, the ones that don't have vocals for most of the songs, those are really good, too.
Yeah.
My hot take is that no matter how bad a Sonic game is, the music is always on point. The music always manages to be really good.
Yeah.
I think they've done vocals for almost literally every 3D Sonic game. What the hell is happening? My TV is yelling at me. Anyway, that's beside the point. But anyway, parody songs. That's the topic of today's episode. What is your experience with video game song parodies? And this is just anything that's inspired either based off of a specific song from a video game or just a song that's made about a certain video game.
My expertise begins and ends with Starbomb and JT Machina.
Or JT Machinima or whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it is.
I don't know. In my Apple Music, he's in there as JT Music. And I'm like, it's the same person, so yeah. But I know for a while I was like really into the video game parody songs, and I got curious before we started this, so I googled how many Minecraft parody songs are there, because that's like a go-to for like video game parodies.
Mm-hmm.
Is doing Minecraft. And looking on MinecraftMusicFandom.com in the Minecraft Music Wiki, there are 115 parody songs just about Minecraft.
Jesus. I mean, that makes sense if you think about like how popular Minecraft is, though.
And I will say there's maybe one or two Minecraft songs that I've actually liked, that I've watched that I actually really liked. One being a Minecraft parody called Fallen Kingdom,
mm-hmm.
which is done in the style of Viva La Vida by Coldplay.
Right.
It's I already like that song, so just taking that and making it about Minecraft, I mean, it works. But I actually took some screenshots and I wanted to highlight, because I listened to, so in my Apple Music, I have a playlist called Press Start.
Yeah.
Which is just a collection of like video game parody songs and songs from like straight from video games. Like I have my Kingdom Hearts soundtrack in there, my Final Fantasy VII soundtrack in there. And looking through, I even forgot that in my music, I have the soundtrack for Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. So like all the level music from Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But the ones I highlighted, and the first one I got in here, is Don't Listen by Jake Neutron featuring Toasty Marshmallow and Mel's. Now, Don't Listen is a video game parody song for the horror game Amanda the Adventurer. And Amanda the Adventurer is one of those horror games that I really got hooked into, because I'm like, wow, this is really interesting. Like, I'm really liking where the story is going in this. And the song Don't Listen is basically just about, it kinda just highlights the fact that Amanda is, she's fighting with this demon. Like, you can tell part of her really wants to be out, but then there's the part that's like, I want to get out and kill everyone.
Right.
But there's also the part that's like, I want to get out because I want to be free of this. And the song Don't Listen really like emphasizes that.
Except that she doesn't actually just want to get out. She wants to commit murder.
Well, the whole thing with Amanda Adventure is that I guess there was this little girl that got possessed and thrown into this kids show and became the character Amanda.
Yeah.
So that's what the song Don't Listen really emphasizes. And I mean, have you heard the song at all? Because I mean, I don't know much more to say other than just, yeah, that's what the song's about, and listen for yourself.
No, I don't think I've heard it.
All right, well, moving on, and this isn't exactly a parody song. This is more of a cover of existing song, and not exactly, well, something that started as a video game, but it's more so based off the anime that it's well known for. The next screenshot I have is Pokemon Johto by Nate Wants to Battle, featuring MatPat.
MatPat?
And the reason I gave that little disclaimer is that I believe this isn't actually something taken from the game. I believe it's just a cover of the second opening theme for the Pokemon anime. Mm-hmm. Because they changed themes once they got out of the Kanto region into the Johto region. And it's just like the thing I really like about this song is that, well, first of all, it let a lot of people know that MatPat can sing.
And he's like crazy talented too.
Well, yeah, he was a theater kid.
That tracks.
But it just reminds me of, I know I wasn't too much into once they got into Johto for the anime, but one of my favorite Pokemon game is Pokemon Gold, so I played through stuff in the Johto region, but I never actually like watched it in the anime. But this theme still just reminds me of like that time in my childhood where I was just like, oh my god, Pokemon.
Yeah, the nostalgia factor.
Next one I got is kind of in the same album, another one from Nate Wants to Battle, another Pokemon parody, To Be a Master to be spelled the number 2B.
That one I have heard.
And I think this was on like the first season of the anime, and this was just kind of a offshoot, like promotional song that they made to advertise the anime.
Yeah.
And the Nate Wants to Battle version features Markiplier,
who also surprisingly is a talented singer.
Mr. Markiplier Fishbot.
Mark Eplier.
Mark Eplier. And it's really good song. Not much more I can say on that. Next one I wanted to talk about, and this is kind of going into your first experience with video game parodies. Starbomb. More specifically, the one I have is from their most recent album, the Triforce. And it's a parody of... what's happening with my audio? Stop it. Okay. Anyway, it's a parody they did of Tetris. It's called Filling in the Name Of. And this is kind of them. It's kind of them doing a parody of like Rage Against the Machine. It's Aaron doing a really good like Rage Against the Machine impression, but it's a song about Tetris. Yeah. And I saved it, so I gotta find it, but I just like the whole thing. Aaron in the song is pretending is the character he plays in the song is the straight piece, like the line piece in Tetris. Mm-hmm. And he's all like confident and stuff, and people keep asking him to fill in the gap to complete a Tetris. And he starts having an existential crisis. He's like, are these people really my friends, or do they just want me to kill myself to fulfill this purpose? And he just keeps running into people that want him to complete the Tetris.
That one, I think... excuse me. Sorry, I'm still getting over my...
Getting over your COVID?
My COVID situation. So my throat's a little raw. But I think that song specifically was my introduction to Starbomb.
Are you sure it wasn't one of the older ones? Because this is like their most recent album.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, no, you know what? I think...
Well, because... Okay, so they have 3 albums out now. The first one is just called Starbomb. And then the second one is called Player Select. So the first Starbomb album, which, as long as we're talking about parodies, let's get into that. The first Starbomb album came out in 2013. And it has such songs as I Choose You to Die, Luigi's Ballad, It's Dangerous to Go Alone.
It's Dangerous to Go Alone was my intro to Starbomb.
2013.
Yeah, because I remember my brother was super into Game Grumps in that era. And
This is when they kind of...
This is kind of when they blew up, I think.
Well, I think because they started out, it was just originally John and Aaron at this point, and then this is when Aaron started, becoming friends with Dan, and then I think at that point he realized, like, oh, if something happens to John, this guy's gonna take over Game Grumps.
Yeah, and but like my brother and I, so we were super into Zelda growing up, as I've discussed on many occasions. But It's Dangerous to Go Alone was like, my brother was like, he like kicked in my door one day and was like, you need to come watch this music video.
You're gonna want to listen to this.
And I was like, what the actual fuck? Like, we were home alone. It was just the two of us. I don't know where my sister was. I don't really care. But like, okay. Sorry, Manny. Love you. But yeah, he like kicked in my door and he was like, you have to watch this music video. And it was like the day that it dropped, I think.
If you didn't understand from the context, It's Dangerous to Go Alone is their parody song about Legend of Zelda.
And how Sahasa Solara is trying to get...
Well, it's not confirmed it's Sahasa Solara.
Well, no, but like the old guy is trying to get him to...
Basically, if the old man that you meet in the very first Zelda game in the cave, if the old man was a pedophile...
Yeah, basically if he was a pervert instead of a wizard. But yeah, it's so funny. That was my intro to Starbomb.
Let's see. Wait.
My name is Lee. Y'all, I'm straight out of high we've been on the force of good since 1986. Old school. I'm bringing you a laid-back summertime jam.
Hold on a minute, Link.
Hey, what's up, old man?
I see that you're embarking on another epic quest. You're gonna use your ocarina to rescue the princess, but you'll need a magic weapon that'll never ever miss.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Thanks, old man. That is really very nice. I can always count on you for help and friendly advice. Though I've never seen a sword of quite that shape or size. Oh God, that's not a sword. It's your dick in disguise.
Literally, it's just about if the old man from the first Legend of Zelda was a pedophile. The other songs in this include Mega Marital Problems, parody of Mega Man, Rap Battle, Ryu vs. Ken, Crashervania, Book of Nook, Sonic's Best Pal, Regret Troid, Kirby's Adventures in Dreamland, the simple plot of Final Fantasy VII. I'm not counting the intros and outros. Now, the thing about this album, with specifically Rap Battle, Ryu vs. Ken, that's one I have memorized by heart. Like
that
Ryu's
one
part.
makes me laugh every time I hear it.
Like, test me right now. Just say round one, fight.
Round one, fight.
Head on.
Yeah, put you on the spot.
I didn't think
Oh, I know by heart the whole part.
Oh yeah, okay. Wait, I got it.
Round one, fight.
Fuck you, Ken, you're such a little fucking bitch. I'm gonna break you for the spine and have to throw you in a ditch. Start up the fucking beat and drop the motherfucking bass so I can shoot a little hollow tin all over your face. I break your glass jaw lady was made of fucking strong man. Shorting your burst of video fapping with his claw hand. Taming to lead to think you're sexy at all. They're both coming home with me, one for reaching my balls. Like the bonus round tar, your ass is getting destroyed. My tongue is more swollen than Zen deep side. The word ditch steering just hard. I'm working with a soft 10. So what you gotta motherfucking say to me, Ken?
Okay, I see you.
It's my honest suspicion you're gonna want a physician. Limitations are the one that help you future tradition. It's me whooping on your ass as a time honored tradition, so I'll do it even faster in the turbo edition. Watch you bad bitch, I'm gonna make you stream. My dick shoots farther than the armor Zim. Just like a God's chest, you're gonna need a stand draft. Now please enjoy the tart tandy taste of my shaft. My rhymes are fat like the Simo E Honda. I'm the king of dick general, I'm a giant anaconda. Harness my chi to beat your ass with a Dow. So what you got a motherfucker say to me now? I always love that right at the end of that verse, he kind of goes a little Fred Durst there.
Yeah.
Tell me what you gonna do now.
Which, side note, I cannot think of Fred Durst now without thinking of Fred Darts.
Have you seen actual Fred Durst lately?
He looks like a clown. Like an actual rodeo
I
clown.
literally just saw a video like scrolling through my YouTube recommended of a performance they did, not like very recently, but like in recent years. And he is in like a bright colored jumpsuit, full white beard.
Like, what is that?
Like backwards hat. And it's just weird to look at that man and just hear, just look at this man who looks like he just should be going for a casual walk down your neighborhood and know that that man is the same man who just went, it's just one of those days when you don't want to wake up. Everything sucks. I forgot the words to that.
Yeah. But now I can't think of that without thinking about Fred Darts. So thank you, Smosh, once again for ruining my life.
Fred, do you have 0 points? It would appear so.
It would appear so. Well, that's too bad because the winner gets Meatloaf. Hits a bullseye.
Did somebody say Meatloaf?
Fucking wild. Spencer is a gift.
I guess since we're moving on with Starbomb, or as long as we're on the topic of Starbomb, their album Player Select came out in 2014, so literally the next year, with such songs as Smash, Robots in Need of Disguise, the Hero of Rhyme.
The Hero of Rhyme was a brilliant masterpiece.
Another Zelda parody. Toad Joins the Band.
Also a
the new Poke Rap. Glass Joe's Title Fight. Mortal Kombat High. Inky's Lament, which is one of my personal favorites from this. God of No More. Atari Mystery Hour. That's actually my top favorite from this.
Atari Mystery Hour.
Minecraft is for everyone, which probably accounts to one of the 115 that I mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
And then the simple plot of Metal Gear Solid. They keep this like
that
simple
one,
plot series going.
The simple plot of Metal Gear Solid was a bop.
So for context for the simple plot songs, it's basically there's like this guy who's hosting a talk show about video games and simple plots. And the joke is that, like in the first one, which was Final Fantasy VII, the joke is Cloud is on the show, and the joke is that Final Fantasy VII's plot is complicated. And then they do the same thing with this one, but instead of, Cloud, it's Snake from Metal Gear Solid. Because the Metal Gear Solid series also has a complicated plot. But no, I guess out of any like song or whatever, Ain't You Cement is probably one of my favorites as like a skit, because there's skits they throw in. The two skits in this being Toad Joins the Band and Atari Mystery Hour. Atari Mystery Hour I love because it's just a skit of like an old school mystery. And it's like so the joke is like one of the pond paddles was murdered. And Aaron plays a gruff detective. And he's like, I knew it was you, Left Paddle. What do you have to say for yourself? And then you just hear boop. And then Aaron just goes, you son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
It's just the fact that he's so serious about it. Just, what do you have to say for yourself? And then you just hear boop. The little boop of the pond paddle. Oh my god, this is probably my out of any of them so far my favorite, with the Triforce kind of tied for that. Speaking of the Triforce, Tryforce, this came out years after, in 2019, and the songs in this one include Hardest Fucking Game in the World, which is a parody about Dark Souls. A Boy in His Boat, which is another one of their Zelda parodies. The one we mentioned, Filling in the Name of. Then we have Welcome to the Mario Party, which is a bop. Then we have Dream Daddy, a dad dating skit, which is funny because that's a video game parody of their own video game. Because the people on their team work together like off to the side besides doing game drums to make a dating sim game called Dream Daddy.
Dream Daddy dating sim.
So literally, they made a skit on this album parodying their own game. But moving on from that, we have Donkey Kong Jr., spelled Joonyer. We have another Pokemon parody called A Wild Guitar Solo Appears.
A wild guitar solo appears. I forgot about that one.
We have so far, to this point, the final installment in the Simple Plot series. The Simple Plot of Kingdom Hearts.
Which is not simple at all, which is very funny.
Which is funny because because on this, I know Aaron is a good fan of Kingdom Hearts too, and I mean, they're going with the theme of games that don't have simple plots, and what better game to pick that has a complicated plot than Kingdom Hearts.
The most fucking convoluted plot. Anyway, sidebar, I would love to be in the room when they are picking names for these albums and these songs, because I remember...
Oh, I'm fully convinced they just throw stuff at a dartboard. I remember
watching one Game Grumps video where they were like, yeah, so we had a bunch of really funny names, but like we couldn't think of a song to go with it, and my favorite one...
Was that for Starbomb or was that for Ninja Sex Party? It was for
Ninja Sex Party, but I would like to think that the context is the same. But the song specifically that I just randomly think about sometimes that makes me giggle is the one that was like... There's no going back. I've put entirely too much ketchup on this hamburger.
No, it's like life will never be the same. Parentheses. I've applied too much ketchup to this hamburger.
Because life will never be the same is such a bomb name for a song, and then it's like I put too much ketchup on my hamburger. But like also fucking mood, right? Like nothing ruins a burger like too much ketchup.
Right.
And I'm really mad that it's not a song. Anyway, I digress.
But going back to the Simple Plot of Kingdom Hearts, I like that they alluded to that in the last Simple Plot song with Simple Plot of Metal Gear Solid, because at the end the host is like, my god, can I get a game with a simple plot please? And then Aaron just comes in, hi, I'm Sora from Kingdom Hearts, and Dan's just like, no. I thought this is one I have memorized too. One, because it's a really good song in general, and two, I listened on repeat because, as a Kingdom Hearts fan, I'm just,
as a Kingdom Hearts fanboy.
Because basically, and it doesn't go over like all of Kingdom Hearts. It literally just does the plot of the first game.
Mm-hmm.
But Kingdom Hearts is complicated, man. I mean, we've already talked about that in a previous month, and I'll probably talk about it again until the day I die. But moving on with the rest of these songs, we have Aaron Checks the Mic, which is literally just like a silent thing where Dan is doing like a mic check. He's like having Aaron test the mic, and Aaron just does this like freestyle rap, which is actually kind of really impressive. But then at the end, he's just like, anyway, I like Mega Man the best. And then Dan was just like, that was amazing, Aaron. Do you mind if we use that for the album? And Aaron's just like, no! We have Blowing the Payload, which is a parody song about Overwatch.
That's hilarious.
Then we have Vegeta's Serenade.
That one is legitimately one of my favorites.
Because it actually, I like it in this one, it actually shows off how well Aaron has trained his singing voice.
Yeah.
Because it's a parody of Dragon Ball Z, and it's basically Vegeta trying to be romantic towards Bulma. And Trunks is just like, oh, why don't you sing her song? And then Vegeta's just like, oh, okay, I'll do this. But he can't help but mention Goku and wanting to fight him.
It's like a compulsion, and it's so funny watching him get more and more frustrated as the song goes on.
Right? I love the end, too. And
it's incredible.
I love the end where Trunks is just like, okay, Dan, here she comes. Just forget everything about Goku and you'll be fine. And then Vegeta's like, oh, Bulma, I wrote you a song. I hope you like it. Here it goes. Kakarot, damn it!
So good.
And then we end the album, not counting the intro, with This Song Sucks, which is literally them going over all the different other like ideas for like parodies they could have done in like a well thought out song, essentially. But yeah, I really liked all the Starbomb albums, and coming soon to a streaming service near you, we have the 4th Starbomb album that is set to release, I forget when, I think October 25th of this year. So literally next month is when their new Starbomb album is coming out.
Which is exciting because I thought they were done with Starbomb.
I thought so too, and then I just decided to do more. So far, 2 songs from that have been released, with that being Pokemon Smasher Pass, which is actually, I really like the song because it's like very lo-fi-ish, but it's also like very Starbomb-ish. And then the other song that they just released recently is called Nintendo Online's Greatest Announcement.
Nintendo Online's Greatest Announcement.
And then the rest of these songs, now that I'm looking at it, is the first one is called Aw, Damn, It's a New Starbomb. And then, not counting the 2 I already mentioned, we have Brian Pitches Ideas, Kiss the Elden Ring, Mario a la carte, The Biggest Dick in Hyrule.
I'm gonna need to add that to my playlist immediately.
Krobus is Hot, Joy-Con Drift, Sonic's Last Ring, That Feels Incredible, Wheel of Misfortune, Falling Diagonally, and the last one is the latest installment in the Simple Plot series, The Simple Plot of Silent Hill 2. And I'm like, I thought Kingdom Hearts had a complicated plot. Silent Hill is definitely, well, it's like a different type of complicated, I would say.
Oh, so like, what do you mean by different type of complicated?
It's like, well,
not as like loop-de-loop-de as everything else, or?
I guess I would count it as like a genre thing, like whereas Kingdom Hearts is like a fantasy adventure. Silent Hill is, Silent Hill 2 specifically is a horror game. So there's, I don't know, I think it's a different feel as far as complicated. But yeah, that album will be released October 25th, and honestly, I have it already pre-saved, so...
That's my brother's wedding day.
We are definitely listening to it on the way to the wedding, and I might even listen to it during the wedding. Sorry, Ryan.
Let's be honest, he'll probably have one earbud in too. He fucking loves Starbomb.
He's just... He's just gonna be up there, and be like, "It's like, do you, Ryan, take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife in sickness and in health?" And he's just gonna be like, he's just gonna be head bopping. And he's like,
What? Oh yeah.
Not
Sure.
yes, I do. Yes. But yeah, that's coming October 25th. I guess kind of moving on with the other songs that I had saved that I wanted to talk about. There is a video creator that I listened to their parody songs for like a long time, because they did a lot of like Five Nights at Freddy's songs, a lot of parodies of Five Nights at Freddy's, other horror games, and that would be either DA Games or Duh Games. He's one of those creators that did a lot of parody songs, and the one that I specifically screenshotted was his parody of Benny the Ink Machine with a song called Gospel of Dismay. He did a lot of good, he did quite a few songs for Benny and the Ink Machine. He did Gospel of Dismay. He did another song called Build Our Machine. And one of his bigger projects is Instruments of Cyanide.
Instruments of Cyanide. Benny and the Ink Machine slaps, though. I think if you're gonna do a spooky kind of music vibe, Bendy and the Ink Machine is the way to go.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the games I used to listen to all the time, especially all their Five Nights at Freddy's songs. Highlights for me are definitely It's Time to Die.
It's time to die.
I think there's one that he literally just called Five Nights at Freddy's 3. There's one called Dear Brother, which is about one of the characters, the crying child in Five Nights at Freddy's. And there's this, he's one of those creators that did a lot of, there was, that too, besides Minecraft, there were a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's parody songs. A lot of them were really good. The most infamous being, Five Nights at Freddy's by The Living Tombstone.
Yeah.
I can't even remember how the lyrics goes, but it's the one that goes, Five Nights at Freddy's. It got so popular, they actually put it in the credits of the movie.
Is that what that song is?
It's at the very end of the credits, they put that song in. I wasn't even in my music. I'll look it up for you because it's just you know what I'm talking about,
yeah.
Right? You seem to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
To play with us, for me as we've been all alone. Seriously, it got so popular they actually included it in the movie version, which we should review that next month as part of Spooky Month. Review the Five Nights at Freddy's movies. Or Five Nights at Freddy movie. It says there's only one out so far.
So far.
I think Matthew Lillard has officially confirmed that either they are almost done with the second one or are working on the second one.
We don't deserve Matthew Lillard. That man is a gift.
That is true, yes.
That was really all I had to say, actually.
Hey, this is a good guy.
I just have some really strong opinions of Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard is great. Moving on.
He better not ever get canceled for any reason.
Well, don't jinx it. So, before I talk about... Actually, you know what? I'll talk about your favorites first, and I'll talk about a recent discovery of mine lately. So, there's 2 songs by Mr. JT Machinima that I have in my music.
Is it Machinima? I keep calling it Machinima.
I think it's the official name is Machinima, but like I said, in Apple Music, it's JT Music. Mm. And the 2 songs that I have in my library are his Bioshock parody called Rapture Rising, which is, my God, it's just, I mean, if you haven't heard it, definitely listen to it. Because it's, I mean, you kind of have to know, it kind of gives you a good idea of what Bioshock is about for if you haven't played the original Bioshock. But for those who haven't actually played Bioshock, it's a very mysterious game, and there's a lot of like undertones of like corporate greed and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, there's corporate greed, kill surprise.
Because it's the story of the original is that there was this guy, like, I guess a lot of bad stuff was happening on the surface, so they're like, hey, let's get away from everything and build an underwater utopia. So all these people were living underwater in this city called Rapture. And, you know, they were living their best life until, like, the guy in charge got greedy, and all of a sudden, it just fell to ruin.
Yeah.
At least that's what I understand. I've never actually played fully through the first Bioshock, because I'm scared. But, yeah, no, Rapture Rising is a fucking, is a powerful song. Like, it has a really nice, like, orchestral, like, opera-ish chorus to it. And then you got JT's rapping during the verses.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts is towards the end where he kind of does the voice of like Fontaine, who's supposed to be the bad guy, and includes the line, "Would you kindly," like, or actually no, I was gonna say, "Would you kindly obey," but the thing from Bioshock is "Would you kindly," which you find out later in the game is basically a way that your character was tricked into doing certain things, because it was like a Pavlovian response. But Rapture Rising is a great song. The other JT Music song I have is Caitlin opening her nail package. The other song I have is To the Bone.
Welcome to the underground. How was the fall?
Yes, To the Bone is a parody of Undertale. It's actually a really good one too.
Only still alive because I made a promise.
And in the song, it's basically Sans and Papyrus talking to the human and just being like, hey, this is what the underground is about. Don't fuck around.
Hold on,
Basically.
hold on.
If you play stupid games, you're going to get stupid prizes.
Hold on.
Are you trying to find it?
I'm gonna read the lyrics.
You gotta read the lyrics?
I'm gonna read them because I can't sing, but I'm gonna read them because the song's a bop.
Sans, wake up!
What is it, dude?
A human has fallen from the surface world.
Really? And you got a
There's
bone to pick with him?
No time for puns.
Come on, that was a real rib
Tickler.
Enough.
All right, here we go again.
Welcome to the underground. How was the fall? If you wanna look around, give us a call. We don't see humans often. We're happy you just dropped in. I'll be so popular when I show all the monsters what I just brought in. Papyrus, mind your manners. Can it, Sans? No time for banter. Excuse my brother, he's a bit eccentric. You're just lazy and apathetic. Call me what you want, I got thick skin. Another bad joke and I'm finished with him. We are monsters, the awfulest kind. To mess with us takes a lot of spine. We can relate to your determination because we monsters have our motivations. Humans betrayed us and left us burning. One day we'll make our way back to the surface. Through all your travels, your sins will follow. Your consequences aren't easy to swallow. Who's the real monster? Now you should know. You've cut the story down to the bone. Really, Sans? What? The last line in the chorus is a pun? Yep. You imbecile. That was very clever. Hey, thanks,
Are you
buddy.
actually rating the entire song?
I was going to, but then you sassed me, so now I'm not going to anymore.
There was
But I fucking love that song.
which
I'm
is funny
obsessed with
because
it.
looking at Apple Music, there's actually he's grouped into two different things. There's JT Machinima and then JT Music. And most of the ones I have is JT Music. Which there's a song in here called Can't Be Erased, which I believe is a pretty popular song in like the video game parody community. There's Join Us for a Bite. There's Cuphead Rap, which obviously is a song about Cuphead. But like I said, Rapture Rising and To the Bones are like my personal favorite of JT's music. The last one, as far as like parody groups that I had discovered recently and actually really love, is a group called the Chalk Eaters.
Ooh, say more about that. I think I've heard of them.
They there's actually 3 songs that I have saved by them that I actually really like. The first one that came up in here is a song called Crushin' 30s. And it's a parody song about Sonic, and it actually features the singer from Crush 40.
I love that. That's amazing.
It like sounds like it belongs in a 3D Sonic song, but it's all about Sonic like turning 30 and all of a sudden like can't go as fast as he used to, and his body just slowing down.
Bro, turning 30 sucks.
Right.
I can say that now because I am 30.
Another one from the Chalk Eaters, and one I think I showed you is called Bowsette.
Oh yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Featuring Merit Diddy and Necro G. And it's basically a song. So there was the meme for a while, because one of the Mario games had this power up where you could, well, basically how they shut it off, the character Toadette picked up this power up and turned into like a Peach version of Toadette. So the meme from that came, people were like, oh, what if Bowser picked it up? And Bowser turned into like a Peach thing, turned into Bowsette.
And Bowsette had no business being that dummy thick. I said what I fucking said.
The Rule 34 artists went nuts.
Bro.
But
took it to the next level and then some.
But this song, Bowsette, is basically, it's a punk rock type of feel. And it's
which is exactly your vibe, so I guess that doesn't surprise me that you like them so much.
So there's a part of it where there's a rap, which is done in the video for it by Mario, but then the singing part is Bowsette, and basically Bowsette being like, hey, basically trying to win over Mario, because Bowsette is just like, hey, Peach doesn't give a shit about you. I give a shit about you. Why would you go with, tall, skinny, and blonde when you can go with goth, big titty, turtle girl over here?
Listen, if my options are tall, skinny, blonde, and big titty goth girl, guess where I'm fucking going. I'm picking the big titty goth girl.
Right. But no, Bowsette is like, especially because like I said, it's like a punk rock thing. Like it sounds like an early 2000s punk rock song. I think that's why I really like it.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, fuck yeah. I could easily see hearing this song, in the early 2000s while eating my Cinnamon Toast Crunch in the morning, watching Saturday morning cartoons.
That is the most early 2000s shit I've ever heard. But I agree with you.
Are you kidding? I'd still do that now in my 30s.
I'm 30 years old and I would still do that. I'm 31 years old.
I would still
smash a bowl of what did you say? Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Sorry, it's been a long day. I'm
hot
very
take,
tired.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, superior cereal.
Facts.
Also hot take, Raisin Bran Crunch, second superior. Don't look at me like that.
That was such a fucking old man thing to say.
Hey, Raisin Bran Crunch is actually pretty good. Especially, I think they make, it's not Raisin Bran, but there is, I forget what the actual name of it is, but there's one but it has like strawberries in it. The Special K. Mm-hmm. The Special K, it's like...
Special K does kind of slap.
It has like the Frosted Flake type of
I can't eat a
thing
lot of
in
cereal,
it, and it has strawberries in it.
I can't eat a lot of cereal, so I miss out.
Or actually, you know what cereal is bomb that I miss and I kind of want to get when we go grocery shopping next? Reese's Puffs.
Just buy all the food that I can't eat. I see how it is.
Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Eat them up, eat them up, eat them up, eat them up.
All right, are you ready to wrap this up, or are you going to keep talking about Reese's Puffs?
Are you tired? There is another song by the Chalk Eaters that I have that I actually really like. I like solely because of the meme it was born from. And that song is... hold on, I gotta actually look at the name of it because it's cut off in my screenshot, so I'm like, I don't know what's going on here.
Your face is cut off. Boom roasted.
Good one.
You slept with so many men, you're starting to look like one. Boom roasted.
The song is called Doom Crossing Eternal Horizons.
A cross between
Animal Crossing and Doom Eternal.
Okay.
Because, so the meme, what that's from is that Animal Crossing New Horizons and Doom Eternal came out at like the same time.
Wasn't there a thing going around that like Isabelle or whatever the fuck her name is was like actually evil, and that's why the whole Doom Eternal thing?
Well, which is the whole meme is that like there's a bunch of people creating memes of Isabelle joining Doom Guy.
Yeah. And
just helping him slay demons.
Honestly, if anybody from Animal Crossing could do it, it would be Isabelle.
And I like that this song, the Doom Crossing Eternal Horizons, is
and
basically
Klaus's best boy.
Yes. Is Isabelle basically being like, oh, you know, life is really good on this island, but sometimes I need to relieve stress, and that's where Doom Guy comes in. So she joins Doom Guy in, like, you know, killing demons and all this.
Sometimes you just gotta break out the diddly in case things get squiggly.
And in return, she invites Doom Guy to, like, the island with the villagers to, you know, have a good time. So the meme is that Isabelle from Animal Crossing and the Doom Guy from Doom are, like, good buddies. Maybe in a relationship. Who knows?
That would be unsettling to, like, as a villager, to walk out of your house one day and just see the Doom Guy.
You just, like... No, imagine you're a villager, like, just getting together for a town meeting, and Isabelle shows up. She's just covered in blood.
I'd be like, yes. I'd like to
yes,
get out
a
of here,
question?
please.
Yes, I have a question. What the fuck?
What the fuck? And also, huh?
I just imagine, like, Isabelle, you know, she does a little, like, and then pulls out a shotgun.
Gotta grab the diddly in case things get squiggly.
Oh my god. It's a actually really good song, because I love in the beginning, it just kind of sounds like your typical Animal Crossing song. And then when it gets to the part where Isabelle is expressing how killing demons is what she needs, it goes into like this heavy metal, like,
that's awesome,
drum and bass, and it's just
like some Egoretsko type shit.
Like it starts out like da 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 da. Actually, no, I gotta find it now.
Okay. That's fucking funny.
Oh my god. So looking on like their page in Apple Music, obviously it has all their other parody songs that they've done, like a bunch of, again, Five Nights at Freddy's songs. Ooh, that's another one I forgot. I think I have it, but another one they did that I love. Furrymon, Gotta Smash 'Em All.
Oh my god.
And it's about what you expect it to be about. It's a parody of the Pokemon theme song, but all about, you know, the fact that the furry community has done some horrible things to Pokemon, for better or worse. But the reason I was laughing so much is under music videos, they have a song called Breathtaking, which features Natalie Nachan, and it's a parody song about Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves is breathtaking.
Because it goes off the meme. I guess he was at it was like years ago. He was at a Gamer.
You're breathtaking.
Yeah, that. He was at a Game Awards show, and then he was just doing his thing. And somebody from the audience was like, he was talking about how breathtaking a game was. And somebody in the audience was like, you're breathtaking. And then Keanu Reeves was like, no, you're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking. I'm just like, God, he's another guy we don't deserve.
We do not deserve Keanu Reeves.
And
Keanu Reeves needs to be protected at all costs.
Speaking of Keanu Reeves, He's gonna be the voice of Shadow in the Sonic movie.
Okay, well, I didn't love Shadow, but now I do, so...
Well, yeah. And also, speaking of that, you know what fun fact I learned the other day? I guess because there's another Sonic game coming out, which is essentially a re-release of Sonic Shadow, or Sonic Generations, but they're adding a bunch of Shadow content to it. Like, you can play as Shadow through, like, his stuff or whatever. And they're adding, like, DLC to it, where you can not only play as, like, the actual movie version of Shadow, but also Keanu Reeves did a voice for Shadow in that.
Nice.
So not only will it look like movie Shadow, but it'll sound like movie Shadow.
Nice.
Nice. Did I have one more? The only other screenshot I had is the song Undefeatable from Sonic Frontiers, which is honestly, like Kellen Quinn didn't have to go as hard as he did.
Yeah.
And the reason I was drawn to this soundtrack is because, like I said, I'm a fan of Kellen Quinn. I grew up listening to Sleeping with Sirens. So the fact that, you know, Sega was just like, hey, this guy who was a part of this band, this emo band, come do music for our Sonic game.
Come do this for us.
But...
He does have a very pretty voice. It's hypnotic almost.
Yeah, right. I mean, he's always had kind of a higher pitched voice. But yeah, that album or that soundtrack just goes hard. But I guess of that, any more thoughts you had on video game parody music?
No.
Or is there any video games that may or may not have parody songs that you would like to see them do like a parody song of?
I want more Undertale music.
Oh,
just in general.
There's plenty of Undertale music. One I haven't heard but I am aware of is a song called Stronger Than You, which is a pretty popular Undertale parody in like the community. You know
I
what
just
song?
want all things Undertale all the time.
You know what parody song I have yet to actually find and I want to see? A parody song of Cult of the Lamb.
Oh, give it time. I'm sure there will be.
I'm sure there might already be. Like, there's gotta... Speaking of, like, Animal Crossing, like, you know, because we mentioned the Animal Crossing parody, I saw an animation today that was Isabelle joins the Cult of the Lamb. And it's just this little animation. There's no voices to it. But it's Isabelle asleep at her desk, and Tom Nook basically forces her to go on vacation. And the island, where she arrives, is the island... is the place from Cult of the Lamb.
That's
and
funny.
She quickly realizes all like the shit that's going on. She's traumatized and she tries to leave.
She's traumatized.
And she runs into this one character. I forget the character's name, but it's a character you can make a deal with. And this character was just like, "Oh, Isabelle, you want to leave?" Or without actually saying any words, was essentially like, "Isabelle, if you want to leave, bring me the lamb."
Yeah.
So Isabelle uses the pitfall item from Animal Crossing, which basically you bury in the ground and villagers will walk over it and fall into the hole and get trapped.
She pitfalls him?
She pitfalls the lamb, and then this character is like, I got the lamb, bites the lamb's head off, and then decides to turn on Isabelle and tries to attack Isabelle, but the hat that the lamb was wearing, which is actually like a demon, turns into a sword, and Isabelle uses that sword to kill this guy or whatever, and then the hat just floats up, sits on top of Isabelle's head. So Isabelle becomes the new fucking cult leader.
I mean, yeah, why not?
But yeah, anyway, any last words? Any last words on this? Any more to say on video game parodies?
I need more Starbomb in my life, and I need more All Things Undertale.
Well, you're gonna get more Starbomb October 25th.
I know, I'm very excited.
And who knows if that's actually gonna be the last one. But I guess we'll see. But I guess with that, call it an episode here because I'm very sweaty and it's also late at night and I want to go to Sleepy Time Junction.
Somebody's taking a train to Sleepy Time Junction.
Anyway, drink your water, do puzzle things out there. If you don't do puzzle things, I'm gonna call your mothers and your fathers. And you don't want me to call your dad. Because I know your dad. Yes, I'm talking to you.
I'm coming for your shoes.
And I'm shitting in them, buddy.
And I'm shitting in them, buddy.
I've been Cameron.
I've been Kate.
And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Nerds out.